Hi, my name is Philly, and I'm here today with Brother Bay, who's going to tell us more about how he became an entrepreneur and businessman of his own store.
Yeah. Well, it was something I can't say I always wanted to do it. It was something I did when I always wanted a store, but this particular type of store, I got into this back about 2002 when I first came here. There was a bookstore here called Under One Roof.
Okay.
And in that bookstore, they sold a lot of the same things you see here was sold there. It was a bookstore, but it also had this on the side,
Right.
Yeah. So, and when I kind of got in, when I got there, I immediately gravitated towards that, And when he left, when he retired a few years back, it's about 10, 15, few years back. It was approximately 10 years back.
Right.
He kind of left a void, and I just decided I wanted to fill that void. I was already, I'd always wanted to do it, so I just finally did it. I just started out with a box of soap. Matter of fact, it was this soap right here.
What kind of
I had
soap
about,
is it?
this is African black soap, various forms of black soap.
So just to be specific, Brother Bay owns an African culture classics shop.
Yeah,
correct?
yeah, it's called Mr.Bey's African Cultural Classics. I sell African art, jewelry, herbal remedies, various soaps,
honey
necklaces.
And black seed soap with apricot oil, all from Africa, right?
Well, no, I can't say all of that stuff. I get it from various vendors, man. I get them from
Various
vendors, man. It's made by Africans, but it's sold by a lot of different vendors, man. So I get them. I can't lie and say I get all of that stuff from Africa,
Okay.
but the majority of my clothing I get from Kenya. And all this stuff is handmade.
Very nice, good quality. I really like that.
So we got a lot of different stuff, and then like I said, I got in it because I also know that there's a need for it in the black community. What I mean by that, we need to do for self, and this was my way of doing for self because we need to create something. Our children deserve to have what is called an inheritance.
Right.
And when our children graduate from school, they shouldn't have to go and compete with other people for jobs. That's why we are here. And I believe that it was my job, it was my duty to try to leave something for my son and my daughter, so that they don't have to compete.
Yeah.
And even if I'm just slow, this is the start. This is a stepping stone. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
right now I'm put the first foundation down. You know what I mean?
Right.
So when my son come back, when he come here, when he finish school and whatever he gonna do, he can come back here and take over and pick up where I left off. You know what I mean? So we can make it what it is.
Legacy.
Yeah, legacy. Right. Exactly. So that was my purpose for doing it. Yeah, that's how I got started pretty much.
That's awesome. Well, I'm really glad to hear that. Where was your start before you were in this shop? Where was your start before this?
My truck.
Your truck?
I was selling stuff out of my backseat of my truck.
That's very
I did that for about a year, 2 years. I saved up enough money, and I went and bought a mobile trailer. I converted it into a store, and I did that. My goal was to do that for about 3 years and then get into a store.
Uh-huh.
But Texas heat changed my decision on that. So we did that for the first year with the trailer, and then we linked up with the village here.
Right.
And I started renting a space. And that's how I got here.
Do you want to
I still have my trailer. Don't get me twisted. Once I get this the way I want it, I'm eventually going to be using that trailer as well. So but I still have the trailer. I own it. So I mean,
that was your startup.
Yeah, that was my startup. I started up in that trailer, and I just went on from there.
Yeah. Do you want to elaborate on who the village is?
The village is it's a nonprofit organization that is what we try to we're trying to build a better tomorrow for our community. So, and what we do is we work with a lot of other people, other organizations, and to try to try to make the change that's necessary for our community to have better communities. Man, we try to come together. We have conflict resolutions and whatnot. We try to get in the middle or be the mediators whenever we hear of a conflict. Right. Or something that's going on. We try to get involved before it gets negative. You know what I mean? Before it gets too bad. So, but the village itself is a nonprofit organization here in Killeen that is here for the people. Man, it doesn't matter what your race or your culture is, whatever. We're here for this community. So in this house here, no race, no religion, none of that
matters.
here.
It's all out the door.
Yeah.
So, equality.
Yes.
Is basically the moral of the village.
Yeah, the village. Yes, we try to work with everyone to try to make a better environment for our children, and and for ourselves, to grow up in.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Do you want to give me a quick tour of your store?
Well,
Or some
it's
of
not
your
much. It's just a.
or some